Alright, hello everybody, Skyrain here, back again with another Diablo Immortal video. Alright, first we're going to go over, for the time reasons, the events are going to be ending soon here. Fractured Plane is still going on for a couple days. As of this recording, whenever you may see it, hopefully you'll see it around this time. And I'll come back to this for another reason later, but for right now, this one is also going on. Conqueror is going on. Conqueror is still going on. It has reset. Now I've seen some people wonder, or they have mentioned before, and it is obvious. Let me go ahead and hide this. Conqueror tends to only go when you do everything. You're still under 10 points in the event center. Now obviously you need a way of getting 10 more points, and here it is. It reset only within a few days of it, ending the event. For whatever reason, Conqueror always runs this way. It's kind of irritating that way, but here we are. So get back into it again and suffer through a few more of these because the servers are trash. But get in there, get what you can, finish off, and try to get as many as you can actually. That way you're capped out even further. You can go past the 44 points, obviously, with what's available here, because it looks like, wow, there's a lot more. The challenge tasks, of course, once you complete them, they're done, so you can't get any more out of those, but it's everything else above here. So you can get another 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many's in here? 9, 14, 15, 16, 17? Yeah, 17 more points. So you can get 17 more points instead of just another 10 out of it if you do everything all over again. That's up to you. It does kind of suck sometimes, especially getting the damage you need. Oh wow, yeah, 30,000 damage. I didn't see that one. Well, anyway, so yeah, Conquer reset. That's about it. I didn't really want to go into too much of that for this video. This is more about another thing I have seen, and this is for mostly the newer players and some of the returning players. Some that may be stuck on. Oh, I'm on normal because I did the dungeon run. Somebody that may be stuck in the transition from the in between the difficulties. They might get hung up with the combat rating, and this is going to be all about combat rating now. So what are ways to help the most, or what gives you the most combat rating, I suppose, out of everything in the game? Because it can be a little daunting, it can be a little overwhelming to take in. Now let me see here. Combat rating. Yeah, this is combat rating. For those that don't know and new to the game, this is also for you. I'm kind of trying to cover all bases here. So combat rating is the bread and butter of everything in this game. A lot hinges on it. It's a very time-gated mechanic in a sense. Of course, being a mobile game, it kind of does put a hindrance on a lot of us in the process, but also it's like a benchmark for your progression at the same time. Let's see, compared against enemy combat rating, modify all damage you deal and take. Your combat rating is, well, in my case, 3,000 higher than Inferno 1 currently. And the combat current activity and difficulty, increasing all damage you deal and decreasing all damage you take from the mobs. And against players, this also comes into a factor as well for PvP. So keep all that in mind. Combat rating is a big deal. It always has been, and unfortunately it always will be in this game. So the best things that you could work on if you are finding that lacking in any such way to make some better progress is raids are one way. And they are indeed the true benchmark when you need to move on to the next difficulties up. And it will also give you, I think, the dungeon difficulty for the next difficulty above. So that is what I need to reach to clear dungeons in the next difficulty up here. I think for 3. I think that's for 3. Yeah, that's for Inferno 3. So I'm good. I'm doing dungeons in Inferno 2 right now. So let's go ahead and click this. This is a way you can check, by the way. Go to the raids. Check them here. And it's always the last one in whatever difficulty you're trying to break through. So say you're trying to move into Inferno. You go back here and check this. And you go to the last boss. if you're trying to go from this to Inferno, that's actually a huge benchmark. There's a couple big ones, and this is one of them. 34,900 combat rating is what you need to run the dungeons in Inferno 1. So that's what the last boss here shows in this difficulty here. So that's how that works. I know for those of you that are OGs and whatever else, this is not going to be anything new. I'm just kind of covering all bases for everybody here in the process. Now, and the whole idea behind raids, you do need to get in raids as much as possible. You do want to be in a warband. Only 4. And sadly enough, warbands used to be pressed a lot. More so at the very beginning of the game, more so than anything else. The main reason you want to get into a warband right now, they did a lot of changes, and it's kind of weird. We used to have a whole armory of weapons in here, and honestly, I thought it was a lot better. They removed all of that. We lost the ancestral abilities that came with all those weapons that we could choose from. That kind of sucks, but here we are. So now what you have is this just basic ancestral tableau. It will give you a accumulation of your progress here. Every time you do raids, you don't have to be in a warband. Well, I think you do. Yeah, you do. Well, I mean, you have to be in a warband in order to access this. So you have to be in a warband to even do this. Now, every time you run raids, it doesn't have to be with anybody else in your warband. You can just run them with randoms. So try to get into them every reset, which is Monday and Thursday, is always the raid resets. So, I mean, you have, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for the first set before reset, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday for the before the next reset to get those in. So try to get them in as often as you can. Don't be afraid. You know, a lot of us can carry. So always keep a lookout in the various chats in the game. Always keep an eye for parties forming wherever you can, and all, like I said, all the different chats, what have you. Try to get into them as much as you can. Don't feel bad about carries, to a degree anyway. There's certain degrees of carries that become just abused, and then people are way below the combat rating, and then that's a little too much. It's like, no, you gotta work on your own stuff too to get a little bit closer anyway. But anyway, so every time you would run the raids on resets, you would get 300 points. Then you apply them here. Then when you get, you know, your warband 300 points, however way, because you can actually run dungeons with warband members and accumulate that in your codex. And then you can contribute those points into here as well. So this will level this up faster. And it will bring up all these stats, and then as you can see here, long story short, there's the combat rating I'm currently getting. However, in my case, I'm above, of course, which a lot of us are, I'm above the server standard currently. This one changes all the time. It goes up gradually, but again, another time-gated mechanic. So you don't get too much combat rating too soon. Oh, we wouldn't want that. So yeah, so in this case, the server ancestral tableau, at the very bottom here, it's on the edge. I can't scroll this down any further, unfortunately. It says 1270. I'm at 1420, so I'm obviously ahead, and that's why I get this little added effect here called decay. Your ancestral tableau's total combat rating bonus is higher than the server's ancestral tableau value. Bonuses from ancestral tableau is reduced in value. So yeah, it sucks, but it is what it is. Anyway, so that's one. This is a big chunk actually of how you can get the most combat rating, most the bang for your buck as far as that goes. You got to be in a warband. You got to start working on your tableau. Also, what comes with the raids is this little gem here, your Helliquary. Okay, this here is what you want to get as much as you can into leveling up as much as you can, because as you can see in this one as well, I'm getting combat rating right now. Mine's a level 68. I gotta get another 3,500 relics, or the currency here, the void blood, to upgrade it again to the fun number. But anyway, right now I'm getting 2690 for combat boosted just from this alone, and some other stats as well. So this is not to be taken lightly. These are very significant. Now what all these are here, these stats here, are from the relics you get from all doing the raids. As you can see, the demonic remains, And then you go through and pick obviously the best ones that you can. As you can see here, I got a couple for the next difficulty up, sitting on, waiting on. By the time I actually get these put in, though, I'll probably get some better ones. So that's whatever. And they do kind of go up incrementally along with your Paragon levels. So you will get gradually, the more you do raids throughout the course of that difficulty that you're in, they will start to creep up in attributes and stats. And you get combat rating from these pieces as well. So that's what the whole, this number is, and all these numbers. Accumulation of all these pieces. So this is very important as well for combat rating. Obviously set pieces. Set pieces are, your combat rating and set pieces are set. Yeah, literally set. And they are tied to the difficulty that you acquire them from. So whatever difficulty you're in, the combat rating is going to cap out at a certain number. Like this one's old. This is I forget now. This one might be my current. It's not max though. Let me see. There's there it is. I think that's a max triple. Well, no, that goes a little higher. But yeah, then even these fluctuate a little bit. Like this one, this triple could go a little higher, but for the most part, this is set to my current difficulty. And that's how set pieces work. Now, your legendaries, on the other hand, they are tied to your Paragon level. They go up, the combat rating in these go up every so many odd Paragon levels. So probably about every 5 to 10. Mostly 10, you will start getting better pieces to start swapping out your current ones. Like in here, I got a couple here, like this one here. I got this one recently. I'm kind of on the fence about swapping it right away. In this case, I have that luxury to kind of pick and choose how I want to work with these pieces in comparison. But yeah. So, but the combat rating on your legendaries go up incrementally with your Paragon levels. Okay, so there's that. Now, how can you get currently right now? And I've said this in another video about getting people caught up. If you didn't watch that already, talks about, let's see, Fractured Plane. This event. This was really good because when you do these runs, you can get legendary you get mystery items here for one, and even a set one too. But in the process of running these, you get chests at the end, and you get chances of getting legendary pieces of gear out of there as well. Again, roll the dice on that. It helps any way, shape, or form possible to get more legendaries and more chances of bringing up your combat rating some more. You can also talk to, of course, this guy over here, if you have the gold, mind you. I know gold for some at the very beginning, and for a lot of the game, actually, they seem to have a problem getting gold.
You've got the gold.
I'm not hurting for it, so you go to the this rarities and antiquities guy, you do run, take a chance on some of this stuff and see what you can get. Only go down to 15 though, and I'm getting, there we go. There's a, okay, but see, it rolled bad because my stuff's pretty top right now, so I'm not holding my breath about getting any. That's why I don't bother doing this guy too much for trying to get better armor or combat rating out of it. Now, once you hit the 15 out of 25, as you can see here, if I go again, it gave me like a message and it popped up for briefly, and you know, we'll just go up here again and see what it says, because I don't want to push it. Okay, see, now this one here has combat rating higher. The stats suck. In my case, this is just going to get scrapped. If you're really hurting, and you really want the combat rating, and you don't really care about the other attributes when you're trying to just make a push. You're just trying to make a push to get as far into the game as you can, difficulty-wise, and then you'll catch up on the other stuff later once you get to a certain point where you're a bit more comfortable. Then I guess you would take the combat rating over the stats. But in my case, I can pick and choose, and this is trash. So that's that. Let me see here. We'll get down. Purchases beyond this cost 150% more, so that's why you stop. If you have the gold, to make that stop at 15 every single time.
A good deal there.
All right.
Most appreciated.
Ooh, this has turned into a little bit longer than I planned on, but I was just trying to cover all the bases here for everybody, new and old.
You do the fighting,
this is all
I'll
about
do
combat
the
rating.
forging.
Oh, and here's the last thing, actually.
to
We
see
can
you.
wrap this up now. The last thing for combat rating is the upgrade tab for your Blacksmith. I'm already maxed out on a lot of this stuff except my set pieces. I got some catching up still to do on these ones. But to rank up these, of course I don't need to rank up anymore. They haven't introduced any more ranks in these yet, which I'm honestly a little surprised. It remains to be seen. I mean, they added plenty enough of other things since then, so we've got more than enough on our plates to handle, but I'm actually a little surprised they haven't gone any further with the ranks on these yet. But it might actually break the game even further, so honestly, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. But if you do need to rank this stuff up, obviously you need the gold and you need the materials and the resources. That's just grind. There's no way around it. That's just how it is. It's just how it goes. Grind, convert the materials that you need as you get them, and try to keep all of these in order or in line with each other within varying levels so they don't get too far off. Set pieces is kind of a different story. If you want more damage, focus the hand first and rank that up. But for the most part, you do want to kind of raise these all up about the same amount of time from each other. But yeah, when it comes to your gear, this will get you, see right here, you will get an additional combat rating. Not much, but I mean, if you tally up all the pieces together, this stuff all adds up, every little bit of it.
Goodbye.
Again, that's more of the grindy side of things, but one more time for the events before it ends, because this was going to end soon, make sure you get in the Hungry Moon, run that. You get a lot better chances of getting it. You'll get a lot of experience for those who are still, new to the game and playing catch up. Again, not Hungry Moon, excuse me. Oh my god. The Fractured Plane. The Fractured Plane is the best way to go. Get as much out of it that you can. Run it through as many times as you can. You get chests of gear waiting for you at the end of every time you run it all the way through. This is the best catch-up mechanic there is in the game. I already said that in another video, but I'm just reiterating that point here because it's basically going to help you with your combat rating, help you with your gear, get better geared up, help you make some progress where you need to. One other thing, of course, one last time, do the raids, both Monday, Thursday resets, whenever you can get them in between those, 2 dates. And if you need help, call out for it, ask for it in world chat, world chat's going to be a little rough because it's usually bot spam, as you can see here. I have it turned off, so yeah, you're not missing anything most times. But you will see like this here, you'll get an occasional moment there, and then you can just see how absolutely atrocious this is. But I mean, free-to-play games is what you got. There's unfortunately, it's in all free-to-play games. That's just how it goes. And then here, the actual people, obviously. And then you have your options depending. You get your clan options, ask them there for help. If you're not in a clan, get in one. And then in my case, I got the Immortals. Yours would be Shadows, if not in the Immortals. Or obviously vice versa. And if you're not in either, you got the Adventure tab, which that's an option too, if you just want to try and do it that way. But I suggest getting into a clan if you're going to be playing this actively, and obviously look around, see how active it is and what they're asking for, and then go from there. But all right, so combat rating again one more time. Legendary gear, the combat rating goes up with your Paragon levels over time, so it's an incremental climb as far as your combat rating is going to be that route. The biggest chunks is still going to be from the raids and leveling up your Helliquary and your Warband tableau. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. But anyway, I'm going into the castle. Rounding this out, there's a lot to go over here. Hope you follow with me all the way through it. I could have bullet pointed it, I suppose, a little bit, which is what I'm doing here. Last thing again, one more time. The Warband ancestral tableau right here. Do the raids, get your points, dump them in here. And one little last note for all of us. If you made it all the way to the end of this, I meant to say this at the beginning of the video. I completely forgot. Where is it? Battle Pass. As of this recording, if you are watching, if you haven't noticed it already yourselves, which you probably already have, 1 day left for the Battle Pass. So what that means is I got to do this too, and I got to get out of here because I can't do it in the castle. But yeah, 1 day left in the battle pass. That means it's resetting in a day. So then whatever points you have accumulated in here, claim them all. Because if you don't claim them all, when the battle pass ends, you lose them. So this is what I'm going to be doing right now, so I don't forget myself. I'm claiming everything. See, there's a level gain.
And upward.
Grabbing them all, grabbing them all. Here we go. And everything I keep continuing to do here, I am going to... There we go. Some hilts back. That's very nice. Oh, I missed something else. What did I miss? Oh, I missed a couple things here. There it is. Now I got them all. Once I see that little red dot go away. Well, there we go. Make sure you claim everything out of your codex until this resets. So get it in while you can, and we'll be on to the next one soon enough. Anyway, that's far and long enough. Hopefully that paints a good picture for everybody, new and old. Maybe you picked up something that you didn't think along the way. I don't know. It's or maybe not. If you didn't, hey, I appreciate you watching nonetheless. Until next time, everybody, stay safe out there in the real world, and far as always, take care of yourselves as best you can, one day at a time. Best we can do. Until next time, see ya.